Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we're making an art portfolio, which is a place that we can put all of our art in art class. So we have to turn this giant piece of paper into a folder by folding it. But if I fold it this way, it's not going to be able to fit any of my art in it. So I don't want to fold it that way. That would be called hot dog style. It's like a giant long hot dog. I want to fold it what's sometimes called hamburger style. It's like a big or wide burger. I'm going to fold it with that style, and I'm going to have a trick to doing that. The easy trick to folding your paper and getting it lined up is by meeting each of the corners together. I pinch my corners and make them match, and then I can press down on the bottom. I can give it a pinch at the bottom, and then I can slide and slide. Now that was called creasing the paper, or also creating a fold to make my folder. Now I want to make sure that my folder opens from the top. I want to have the top side being the side that opens. If I have the top at the bottom or the open side at the bottom, my papers are going to fall out. If I design it and draw on it this way, my papers are also going to fall out. But if I have the open side going up or towards the top of my table, then my papers will stay in it and I can pick it up and they won't fall out. So I'm going to make sure that I can always open that top flap. Now you're going to have lots of different supplies you can use. You're going to have pencils, erasers, sharpeners, Sharpies, permanent markers, a ruler, and even colored pencils and markers. You're also going to have some new coloring supplies on your table today. You're going to get to choose, but remember, a tool, not a toy. If you're using any of the tools as a toy, you'll get them taken away. And I don't want that to happen, especially because you have some brand new special crayons today. Now, I'm going to start with a pencil because I don't want to start with marker because markers don't erase and you only get one piece of paper. The most important thing is that you write your name really big and your class code. If you're not quite sure how to write your name, I can come around and help you sketch it out lightly, meaning draw light, with pencil. I'm even making bubble letters by hugging my letters really close with a bubble, but not bursting the bubble by touching the normal letter that I wrote with. Then I'm taking my eraser and erasing the inside of the bubble, and then I'm just left with a bubble letter. Now I'm going to draw pictures. So after I wrote my name, if I wanted to write it fancy in bubble letters, then I can draw pictures of the things that I love. I'm going to draw lots of different things that represent me because an art portfolio should tell me about you. I should be able to look at it and say, oh, I know that that's your portfolio because you love reading, or you love the beach, or you love football or soccer, or maybe you just really want to draw a donut. It could be any of your favorite things all put together here. You could draw a picture of your family, your favorite sports, your favorite food, something you love to do, maybe the best thing that you can do when you get home from school or on the weekends, a place that you love to go. You can draw all of that on your art portfolio. This is the perfect place to tell me a little bit about you and what you love. And it's a chance to show me what you can draw. If you were not sure how to draw a picture of something you like, you could just draw or color with your favorite colors. You're going to be able to use the Sharpies to outline when you're done. But remember, these are permanent markers. We want to make sure we always click the caps back on if we're using them. And we only use them to trace over our pencil lines to really make them stand out. Sometimes it's hard to see pencil on a paper, so we trace or outline over top of the pencil line with a Sharpie or permanent black marker to make it really stand out. That way, everyone can see your awesome drawings once you're positive that you did your best work. If you started out with the Sharpie, you're not going to be able to erase it or get a new paper because we like to save trees in here, and I only have a certain amount of those colored papers to make your portfolios with. So I'm starting with pencil, then outlining with Sharpie. I'm not going to use my Sharpie marker to color in anything. Notice I only do it to outline or really make these stand out. When it comes to coloring, I'm going to be able to use my colored pencils, my markers, and my crayons. But this is just for outlines. After I'm done outlining everything, then I can color it in. When I'm coloring, I'm going to suggest that you use the brand new construction paper crayons. The construction paper crayons have a black wrapper. They're not the normal crayons that you're probably used to using in class or at home. These crayons are special because they show up super, super bright on your dark paper. They're meant for this kind of paper, and they're really awesome and colorful. So I'm going to use those crayons, being careful not to press too hard, because if you press too hard, it might break. But wait, first I need to trace and then erase. Before I can even talk about crayons and coloring, I need to make sure I erase my pencil lines and clean up my folder. Now I'm ready to color. You could even draw on the back if you wanted to. Notice that you could flip it over to the back to redo it, but if you go on the inside after you did Sharpie, it bled through the paper. Okay, now I'm ready to use those special crayons. I'm going to get to use all the colors, and I'm going to try to make it look a little bit like tie-dye maybe by blending those colors together. I'm going to do a little bit of a tie-dye rainbow as I color in. All right, awesome artists, I cannot wait to get to see what you make on your art portfolios. Don't forget, it has to have your name, and if you need help doing that, I can come help you spell it. And then your class code. The class code is that secret code that tells me whose class and what grade you're in. So if you're in kindergarten, that starts with a K, and then it has the first letter of your teacher's name. So that's going to be the next letter that comes in your class code. If you were in first grade, it would have a 1 first, but if you're in kindergarten, it has a K first. After I'm done coloring, then it's time to clean up. If you don't finish today, it's okay, because next week you can finish. This will also be on your table every single week, which is why after you clean up and put all your supplies back in the bins, leaving it better than you found it with all the caps on your markers so they don't dry out, then you're going to put your portfolio or your folder in your table team bin. All right, artists, have fun. I can't wait to see what you create.